Hi, and welcome to the Gospel Road. I'm Jimmy Olsen, and actually, this is kind of a different little format that we're doing on this. Normally, I just have the audio rather than the video. This is a new way that I'm actually going to try and put this together and do a few different things for you to check out. Actually, it kind of follows along with a couple other video casts that I'm doing with my business, which I'm a public speaking coach. I have a mobile DJ business, a public speaking coach. I do a lot of stuff for small businesses, teaching them how to do marketing. And so this is kind of a way for me to learn different ways of how to do things, and I thought this was a great way to do that and practice myself and, kind of share just like I do before. But a lot of different versions. In fact, I'll probably still have the Bible study piece of that when I'm reading things, actually just done on the audio, but then I'll use the video here when I have other things to talk about and to share. And one thing is, I was getting ready for my meeting tomorrow. The first Tuesday of every month, I actually have a business connections meeting. Business connections group is what I call it, and what it is, it's for like-minded business people or anyone who really wants to join. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you could be in radio, which is a lot, broadcasting, a huge part of my background. You could be in arts, entertainment, whatever it is. Just people that are like-minded, that are thinking and believe in God, higher power, and what God is wanting to do with their lives, and maybe even trying to search and see what the plan that God has for them and what that next step is. Really, it's coming down to relationships, because that's really what it is. God is looking for us to have a relationship with Him. In the same way, we need to have a relationship with one another. What's really funny about that, if you think about it and really break it down, is that if we cannot have a relationship with each other, how can we have a relationship with God? Then at the same time, if we cannot have a relationship with God, how can we have a relationship with one another? It's things that really go hand in hand. And for me, I just started reading the Bible about 3 years ago. Grew up in church, never really read through the Scripture. Heard all the Bible stories, went to Sunday school, did all that, but never really took the time out to see what it said. And it was about 3 years ago, 4 years ago, I decided that I would do that. In fact, it was about the time when I started working out. I thought, I always liked working out, but I was never really in shape, and then my life just kind of changed. And a lot of that was the new smartphones, because now there was an app for that, that YouVersion app, and I used that. First I had the Android, now I have an iPhone. But I have that app that I can read anytime I want. It's always there waiting for me. In fact, that's what I do when I go to the gym every day and I work out. I actually use that as part of my devotional as well. So not only am I working on my physical body, I'm working both mentally and with my soul. So the body, soul, and spirit all working together and working on it at the same time. In fact, right now I'm even training for my first 5K. I'm going to do a 5K for my birthday on my birthday. It was kind of funny. A friend of mine found it and said, you know what, we need to do that. So I'm actually going to do my first 5K here in just a few days, and then I'm going to do a second one middle of May. But this is something that I thought was really interesting with with what I'm going to be doing. We're kind of going through the book Experiencing God. And I do a lot of sharing on my Facebook from Zig Ziglar and Robin, just so many, John Maxwell, I believe it was Robin Spar. Of course, I can't think of it right off the top of my head. I will look and see who it is. Robin Sharma, thank you very much. Just a lot of different motivational Facebook pages that I actually subscribe to see what they want to share with us. And I thought it was interesting because one of the common things that I've been seeing a lot posting lately is being a servant to one another, to be there for someone else. In fact, for you to be successful, you actually want to put into someone else's life so they can be successful. So you're wanting to encourage and inspire them, really lift them up and help them get to what their level is as you're taking your level. I thought it was great. Well, then tomorrow, learning to be a servant of God. That is what we're going to be talking about during our connection tomorrow. We have a little Bible study during our little group session, but it's really about building relationships. It's really about learning about one another and being there for one another. And I thought this was great because it gave a definition, so I'm going to look at it here, and it was giving the example of the way the world looks at being a servant compared to how the Bible looks at being a servant. In fact, what's really interesting is how they are very different on how they look at things because, well, and really when you have the world and when you have the Bible, even though a lot of the things worldly people think the exact same. It had to come from somewhere, but then also other pieces they've changed because they want it to serve a different purpose. In fact, here it is. It says, a servant is one who finds out what his master wants him to do and then does it. It says that's the world's concept of a servant, and that is that a servant goes to the master and says, Master, what do you want me to do? Basically being told. Well, of course, the master, your boss tells you, you go off and you do what you need to do and you get that done. But the biblical concept of this, different. It says being a servant of God is different from being a servant of a human master, because the servant of human master works for his master. God, however, works through his servant. So really the difference is when you are serving another person, it's not always saying that you're doing something for them because they have a need and you're going to fulfill the need that needs to be done, the whole boss-employee type of level there. But it's more of they are needing something. So through you, you're able to serve them to help them get to that next level, the next step that they want to go in their professional, personal life, whatever it is. Really, it's a great way to look at it, to twist that around, rather when you're talking about having a servant's heart and being there to help one another. The serving isn't always going to be that, what do you need? What can I do for you? That will be part of it. There's going to be somebody that needs some help, and you can really step forward and help them with their needs. But there's the other side of that. And that side is taking something that you have, something that you can do that will elevate them, that will take them to the next level, the next step that they want to go. And that's really what it is. When you are looking at the different things that God did, the miracles that happened in the Bible through another person, through a human. Look at Elijah when he was going against Baal, and he said that, make these altars, soak them down with water, and my God will go into flame, and that's what we're going to pray for. And then when you read the story, when you read the scripture, Baal, it did not happen. But God, through the obedience of Elijah, doing what God asked him to do, it happened. So God proved who he was through Elijah. God did the work, God did the miracle, but it was Elijah that he was able to do that through. So think of someone that is needing to make that next step. Maybe it's someone that that needs a job. It's something really simple. But for whatever reason, they keep hitting these roadblocks. They just keep hitting a wall. They can't go anywhere. No matter how hard they try, there's nowhere for them to go. What connections do you have that you can help, that you can serve them? Maybe there's something that that they can do for you. So really, you're working through them to accomplish something. You're being a servant by helping them out and helping them achieve what they need, what they want to do, that next step. Again, I saw this, I thought it was fantastic, because all the things I've been reading on Facebook and on Twitter that I've been reposting and sharing with all of my friends. And then we come into the study study for tomorrow. And really, it's talking about that relationship, the togetherness that we need to have to work with each other. And then you take that and that strong bond, you take each other to that next level, to move to where you want to go. Thank you. Until next time, have a great day. God bless. Thank you for listening to The Gospel Road. Oh, wait a minute. Not listening, because I didn't do the audio. I'm doing video. You can see me. Thanks for watching The Gospel Road. Until next time, have a great day. God bless.